And here we go, it's round number 9 of 16, with our first eliminated team being Portugal at the end of the last round. We now head to our first of 2 ovals. This time we're heading to the Daytona oval, with the F1 and the F2 divisions both taking part in this. And of course, being the oval, which means we'll have 40 cars in the F1 division instead of the usual 22. And of course, being the F2 division, we'll have all the cars qualify anyway. And without further ado, let's make our way to the qualifying session for the F2 division. And here we go with the F2 qualifying session. Now going into the session, we have 6 driver changes going into this round. I shall list them off once we get our first cars out onto the track to do their flying laps. And we've got a couple of takers already. Now who is the first one to come out? Oh, fine, if I can find them. Joy Dumfries, turn the all camera off, of course. And here we go, Joy Dumfries, first one out, he's going to set the benchmark time. So we got 6 driver changes. We got Franz Conrad in the F2 division after being demoted to be replaced by Jean-Pierre Frey. No, not Jean-Pierre Frey, it was Pierre Chauvet. We've got Harold Hussmann, who is replacing Gabon, who is in place of Boutsen for the time being, temporarily. Rolando Baglio is making his debut as well, taking the vacant seat of Jean-Pierre Frey, who is temporarily in place for now in the F1 division. Hideki Kanada being demoted to the F2 division, swapping seats with Yujiro Tereda as Japan's probably last chance to not get eliminated at the end of the next round. Kichizuki has replaced Akio Morimoto, who has not been able to perform as well as Tereda has in the F2 division, and Sebastian Lindholm will be making his debut replacing Hanna Mikola, who's in the F1 division after replacing Ari Vatanen permanently. So those are the driver changes. Let's see how things will kick off in this qualifying session, as we have Joy Dumfries managed to set the benchmark time for everyone to try and beat. Let's see what is going to be Dumfries' time across the finish line. We've got a couple of cars behind him. One's doing an out lap, the other one is doing a flying lap. And Joy Dumfries has a 48.3, which seems like a pretty good time. What is it compared to the driver behind? That is Barry Santel with a 48.385. So half a 10 separated. We might have. I was going to say we might have 3 wide things just to clear the pits. We got Klaus Ludwig is third for West Germany. He's got one of the Finns right next to him, going into the first corner. And then we've got John Bowe of Australia, and we've got John Winter, the fastest man at the moment with a 47.9, with Raoul Boesel right next to him in second place. Boesel and John Winter, both the fastest so far. Kichizuki in his return to the Formulalympics in general in the F2 division, 49.0, which is still more than half a second faster than Franz Conrad of Austria, the man who was in the F1 division for the first half of the season, well, most of the first half of the season before being demoted. Currently slowest man on the track. We got Bjorn Waldegard with a 48.5 for Sweden. Goes ahead of Klaus Ludwig in 6th position by 0.3 of a second. And now we've got Juha Kaikkonen in 9th. We've got Rolando Baglio, who is slowest with a 51.2. That's Martin Brundle with a 48.9. And this will be Dick Johnson for Australia in 9th position. Hideki Kanada 11th. Sebastian Lindholm in his F2 debut, 48.2. A really good time there from the Finn. But there's Kenneth Eriksson. Oh yeah, Kenneth Eriksson. He's returned to the F2 division because of Mikael Eriksson being in the F1 division. I forgot about Kenneth Eriksson and Mikael Eriksson. Nearly everyone set a time, as we've got Philippe Alliot into 3rd for France, Al Unser 6th, and of course leading the championship is Mikael Eriksson, but he's in the F1 division, and we've got contact already. We've got Klaus Ludwig's hand off. Someone else will have Boesel and John Winter. Okay, let's get aboard with Ludwig and see what happened to the West German. It looks like we're in the final corner. Whoa! It's like he snapped. It's like the rear end has snapped on him, and he's just collided with the Finn. That's Juha Kaikkonen. Very strange. Very, very strange there from Klaus Ludwig, but he's definitely taking it on himself. Was someone else involved in the accident? Oh! Ludwig goes flying. That was Hideki Okada he collided with as well. Okada is 19th. He would have not seen this one coming. He's got this Rui's still right next to him. Is Klaus Ludwig going on the track? Oh my goodness. Hopefully Klaus Ludwig's alright after that. That was a huge crash there for Okada and Ludwig. Mauricio Sala was held up. I think Bosel is right behind, and so is John Winter. Martin Brundle was caught up in that as well. Oh man, that was a scary crash there for Ludwig and Okada. We got the slowest. That'll be Sala will be the slowest driver at 50.9. I'm guessing because of the incident. Okada's going nowhere fast, trying to. Well, not really able to do anything about it. But I think have they despawned? Yeah, it looks like I think Ludwig has despawned, so he's trying to get out of the pit. So, oh, but what's going on here with the Belgians? Is it the Belgians or is that the West Germans? Yeah, Harold Hoosman and Didier Taze is having a strange moment with these two. What is? Okay, I think what is trying. What is Harold Hoosman doing? It seems. Yeah, he's turning into Didier Taze. He's not letting Taze go. There's Okada going incredibly slow. Okay, I don't know what Hoosman's problem was, but okay, but it looks like the answer is very clear. Well, not very clear because Okada's on the track and he's in a very dangerous position. There's Ricardo Patrese, 7 seconds off the pace. I'm guessing it's because of you'll have been caught up in all the drama there. Okay, it's definitely going to ruin a lot of people's time though. Hopefully Hideki Okada is going to not cause a hindrance here, though I have a bad feeling he will. Especially he's calling the board to go crazy. Look, going to right behind where Brundle is. Okay, so this is so Okada's definitely going to cause a bit of an issue here. There's some drivers coming out of the pits if they're going on their outlap, so they've got to worry about Okada getting in the way. We've got Sawyer coming in the pits. Joy Dumfries doing a flying lap, 9 seconds off the pace. Oh, jeez, okay. Outlap for John Bowe. Klaus Ludwig in 15th for West Germany after having not a great run in the F1 division the previous round. Did not do very well. So here goes Klaus Ludwig though to come and start his flying lap. We'll go on board with the West German. As you can see some cars coming out of the pits. And there's Hideki Okada in the way of John Bowe. Okada causing a huge issue here. I think he's going to be under investigation because that is ridiculous. Because come on, Okada. Just blocking up the road. Now you're just blocking up the roads. This could. Don't know how the RS going to feel about this one with Okada, but I'm pretty sure he's going to be in a whole heap of hearts because he's out there disrupting the qualifying session like this. We've got 5 minutes of the session left to go. Why is Vangelis just slowed down? Okay, why did Vangelis slow down and held up everyone behind? Okay, that was really that was random from the Swissman. Well, it looks like they're okay. Well, at least they're all get up to speed again. But that was very, very strange there. But anyway, here they come to probably start flying lap actually, and a bunch of other people. And there they go, starting their flying laps now. Kichizuki, among them, one of the drivers making a return to Formulalympics after competing in the 1984 season. It's at the back of the train of cars. And there's Hideki Okada to disrupt all the fun, and that's including his own doing to his own teammates as well. So either Okada's going to get a grid penalty, suspension, or well, you might get disqualified again because this is really bad, really poor behaviour from the Japanese driver. Again, being demoted to the F2 division must suck, but at the end of the day, you can't just ruin the F2 division just because you didn't get your way to keep your seat in the F1 division. But anyway, we've got 3.5 minutes left of the session to go. it's John Winter front, Raul Boso second, Philippe Alliot is third, fourth is Kenneth Eriksson for Sweden's return, Yannick Dallas fifth, Alonso sixth, Dai Sullivan seventh, Sebastian Lindholm in his debut is eighth, Joy Dumfries ninth, and Andre De Cesaris rounds off the top 10 positions. And again, there's Okada getting in the way, as we got just over 3 minutes of the session left to go. I don't think anyone's going to be able to improve the time just because of Hideki Okada. This is ridiculous. This is getting ridiculous of him already. Less than 3 minutes of the session left to go. Not really much to say. I don't think anyone's going to be able to improve the times because they're going to have to deal with the Japanese driver who's holding up everyone. He's sitting 19th in the session. He's actually, well, driving behind him is his own teammate who's sitting 20th. But yeah, still has to hold everyone up for whatever reason. Philippe Alliot fast in the sector in the first sector of this track. But match is going to be off for not. There's Hideki Okada just ahead. And watch Alliot's going to end up being slowed down by him. Yep, being slowed down. So is Harold Husman, Boris Hotel as well. This is really, really poor. Really, really poor. There's just no excuse for this kind of behaviour. Absolutely no excuse in the Formulalympic world. Yeah. We've had a big accident. This was Howard Husman. Okay, we'll get a replay of Husman. He's on the move, but still, what on earth was what happened here? Getting a tangle. That is one of the Americans. That's Al Unser. Oh, I think Al Unser was trying to go in the pets, but he did get clear of Husman. Either that or. Or did Howard Husman actually turn into Alonso? What on earth was Husman doing? So he's caused issues with his own teammate. He's caused an issue with Alonso. Okay, I think Husman could be in trouble as well because that's two separate incidents he's had, which seems to be completely unnecessary. As we've now got just over a minute of the session left to go. Carlo drives in the pit, so I imagine it's going to be their session's over for wherever they're sitting at the moment. But anyway, yep, now we've gone to the last minute of the session. Hopefully it'll be a good one despite the issues we're having in qualifying thanks to Hideki Okada. A few other people in this group of drivers as well. As John Winter tussle with Didier Tate, who's sitting 13th at the moment. We're in sector 2, over 10s faster, and here comes Hideki Okada to completely make a mess of things. Yep, it's gone and done so. In fact, Hideki Okada actually come to a complete stop for whatever reason. Look at it. Oh man, this is insane of what's going on here. We're gonna go into the last 15 seconds of the qualifying session. I don't think there's very much to say here. It's yeah, I think it is speaking for itself. And the session has officially come to an end. They're just going to wait for everyone to make their way across the finish line. Can improve his time though. He goes into 15th place. Goes ahead of Klaus Ludwig, goes to 16th. So that's something there. So it's an improvement. So they're come across the line. Doesn't look like they've improved their time. So we've got a few drives left to finish their runs. It's really still. It looks like the Mansell in 22nd at the moment. He's behind Kishi Suzuki. It's Riccardo Tracy. Surprised to see Solo down the board in 23rd. Not been a great session from him here at the Daytona Oval. And here we go, coming across the finish line. That is Kishizuki just going past. He does not improve his time. and that is the session officially coming to an end. Okay, so at the end of the session is John Winston that takes the win with a time of 47.9. Robert Boso is second for Brazil. Philip Aragus is both point third. Kenneth Eriksson takes fourth. Jan Down is fifth. Then it's the two Americans. Sebastian Lindholm is eighth. Joey Dumfries ninth. And throughout the top 10 is Andrea De Cesaris. So that pretty insane qualified session out of the way. Let's move over to the F1 division before we make our way to the F2 reverse and main race. And here we go, the qualified session for the first group for the F1 division. Now because it's 40 cars that make the race, so it'll only be the 4 slowest in this group and the 3 slowest in the previous group. If you don't know why it's 4 one group and 3 the other, it's because Ireland have only got 1 car available, because they've only got 1 driver they can use, which is Baron Baran, as they got 1 driver suspended and the other one is still currently out on injury. As John Graham goes out for Canada, so it looks like he'll be the one that set the benchmark for us to try and beat in this group. We got a couple of other cars coming out onto the track. They're eager to get things underway to make sure they get one of the top 20 spots to make it to the race. Because at the end of this next round, the 2 lowest placed teams will be eliminated. Currently, that is Kenya and Japan. The only teams left in this competition that have got no points. So this is a crucial round, as well as the next one, to survive to the next 2 races, where the final 2 teams will be eliminated. They'll give us our final 20 for the last 4 races of the season. John Gray does a 101.2 on the outlap, which doesn't matter because it's an outlap. We want the flying lap, that's the more important thing. As most of the drivers are out on the track, we've got someone ahead of him. That is one of the Kenyan drivers. I think that's Ian Duncan that is ahead. So he's slowing him down a wee bit. He's still got the slipstream of Ian Duncan. Hopefully that will come to his advantage as they make their way around the final corner. As John Gray is about to go across the line and set the benchmark time for everyone else to try and beat. What is John Gray going to be able to do here and come across the line? And the time from John Gray is a 47.2. How quick is that compared to everyone else? We'll find out soon enough. As we've got a couple of drivers making their way across the line. And Carlos Sainz for Spain does a 45.0, really fast time now, getting the slipstream of Graham Duxbury of South Africa. Costas Loss 45.2 is his time. Eddie Chima goes even faster with a 45.013. And there is Martin Brand, the sole Irishman, in 4th for the 45.5, which seems like a pretty decent time there. Ayrton Senna 5th for the 45.8. Jay Shaw, Kenya, 45.7 is his time. The times are coming in thick and fast for sure. That is Malcolm Stewart on his return for New Zealand, 45.595. After being out after some injuries. John Gray can put his time stays slow. There's Orca Thyring is 4th for Denmark. And Carlos Sainz goes in, hold on to the lead, 44.4, goes even faster by half a second ahead of second place, which is now Graham Duxbury of South Africa. There's Mikael Eriksson of Sweden as in 4th as Chima puts his time, but Pierre-Aaron Lombardi of Switzerland goes into 2nd with a 44.9. The times are coming in thick and fast for sure. Senna goes into 10th. Felipe Streif is 12th, Boy Rahal 14th. The Ruiz, slowest man on the track so far, he's in the bubble right now. And he's actually the danger now. Malcolm Stewart goes into 6th now, identical times to Costas Loss. PK only 19th, 45.8. Duncan Thyring is now the fastest, 44.3. Oh my goodness, it's really hard to keep up with everything. And indeed, the last drive to set a time, and that pushes PK in the danger zone in 21st with a 45.8. Stig Blog for his time goes into 18th with a 45.6. As Nelson PK is trying to make his way to the second half. And now we've got instead Derek Warwick has had a spin. Oh wow, he's had a big one there. Oh, and he's been nudged by one of the Brazilians. Can't tell which one is which. I'm guessing it's here in Senna. Yeah, it's Senna. Okay, so what happened to Warwick to have an off? Side by side with one of the Swedes. And what happened here? Oh, the side by touch. Oh, massive in the wall. And he collected one of the Americans. Yeah, okay, that explains the amount of damage and smoke that's coming out of the engine. That was a big impact for sure. Just barely touched, and disaster broke, and it was a Cheever that got caught in the drama. Okay, hopefully Warwick can get out of the way as quick as he can, because it's not a safe space. The pit lane's right next to him. And he's got someone that's stuck behind. Well, a couple of Dreamers stuck behind him now. Okay, this could be a messy thing. I mean, Warwick's out of the way, thankfully, but some people's tires will have been ruined because of that moment there. So we got PK, Graham. Why is Joe going so slow? Ian Duncan and Oscar LeRae are all in danger of elimination, but they're not even halfway in the session. Who's going? Oh, okay, I think that is. Looks like Michael Ericsson's going. Oh, okay, so Ericsson's suffered quite a bit of damage from the impact between him and Warwick. That's why he's going so slow, but he needs to get out of the way and needs to do it quickly for sure. And my Brian coming out to go in an outlap. And well, Michael Ericsson not really going anywhere. That's the problem, which is going to hold everyone up. Like such as Larry Parkins here of Australia, a team that's been struggling to survive to make it to the top 20 spots. They're currently 22nd, so they're not right now. They're outside the spots needed to get to the final 4 races. And Eugene Tereda in his first F1 division race in the Formulalympics, there he is in 10th place, doing really well for Japan already. So will his teammate Yanayama be able to do the same? Which I imagine is in the second group. I can't see Yanayama on the board anywhere. This group is supposed to start a flying lap, which I imagine is going to be hindered with Michael Ericsson. Yep, Michael Ericsson in the way. I think Ericsson could be a spot baller here because he's not getting out of the way. In fact, it looks like Ericsson's coming to a complete stop as well, which is a really unsafe place to be doing this. So we got people coming out of the pits, so want to do outlaps, so want to try and improve their time position to ensure they're in the race, but with Michael Ericsson out there causing problems, I imagine it's going to be a nightmare scenario. In fact, even his own teammate is not safe from Michael Ericsson. Well, he's picking up some speed now, but still, what on earth, Michael Ericsson? You just pull off, despawn in the pit, and then just come back out after that. So we got James Shot in the bubble at the moment, 20 for Kenya, with PK behind in 21st. The question is, can he survive? Can he hang in there enough for Kenya to make it to the race? Because Kenya and Japan are the ones that really need some results. Tereda may be the lifeline for Japan here. It depends how things go for the rest of the session. When he starts to look great, can he finish in a good position? And look at Michael Ericsson. Look at the amount of cars that Ericsson's now holding up. That's not good. That's a lot of people like holding up now. As we've now got 4.5 minutes of the session to go. Okay, current the last car. Please come into the pits, Ericsson. Get out of the way. Don't start doing what Morimoto did. Hopefully Ericsson is getting the message. Is going to go into the pits. Look at everyone trying to get past him just because he's so slow. This is crazy. I mean, I'm not looking to see who's improved the tires. I can't improve the tires that are held up behind the Swede. Oh, is Ericsson staying? Oh, don't tell me Ericsson's staying out. He is staying out as well. What on earth are you doing, Ericsson? What on earth are you doing? What, do you think you improved your time 45 seconds with, what, 5 minutes? Come on now. Completely slowing down the entire pack. For what? For nothing, as far as I'm aware. Nelson PK man is in danger going down the second sector of this track. 1.2 seconds down. I mean, he would improve his time, but I don't think it'll be enough. And John Graham goes into 20. He pushes James Shaw in the danger zone now. As we've got 3 minutes of the session left to go. PK going across the line. Does not improve his time. 46.0. Well, he gets past Ericsson, but still, the fact Ericsson did not pin this pit, that's definitely going to put him under investigation, because what on earth is that about? Just absolute ridiculousness from Mikael Ericsson. I mean, it's bad enough that Sweden have had the issues in the last couple of rounds, but still. As we've got 2.5 minutes left of the session to go, I think we've had an incident in the pit lane. I think, I'm not sure. Now Ericsson again, completely holding up the field. I don't understand what is with Ericsson here. Okay, 2 minutes of the session to go. John Gray in the bubble, well, smash pusher in the bubble because he's pushed James Shaw in the danger. So James Shaw, damage front wing. I'm guessing he was the one that had a bit of an incident in the pit lane. Talking about the pits, that is Ian Duncan. Got less than 2 minutes of the session to go, so it's going to be quite hard pressed. It's going to be quite hard pressed to try and improve. I guess Mikael Ericsson going to the final corner, and he's been spun out. I guess so. To be fair, the fact Ericsson has held up everyone the way he has, I guess someone was going to end up taking the frustrations out of them, because, well, it's really poor of Mikael Ericsson. But it looks like he's finally going to the pit lane, though way too late in my opinion. He should have done the previous lap. This will be Carlos Sainz who's going to start flying that. See if we can try and beat Thorkin Thiring, who's got 44.3 seconds left to beat. Less than a minute of the session to go. Let's see what happens here. And Yujiro Tereda continuing to impress Japan, goes into 6. 45.1 is the time. Now he's behind Kostas Loss, who's in 9th for Greece, which is looking really good. And that's a PK man who's surprised to see down in the danger zone, Oscar Ruri. Also danger going out. He goes fast. He improves his time, but he only gets ahead of Ian Duncan. Nelson PK half a second down. As we go around to turn number 3, this is what PK needs: the speed. He might end up push if he might get the top 20. He might push Graham out because Graham's in the pit lane. Oh, but he's nearly a second behind the Dane, who's the fastest in this track. In this session, Tereda goes into 2nd, 44.4. Yujiro Tereda doing amazing, and PK not so amazing because he's only going to 21st. Disaster right there. But Derek Ward goes, he improves his time, goes into 12th, and the Ruri's had spent it. Okay, we had a huge impact. Whoa! That looks like Felix Street has had a huge coming together there. Oh, I think it may have also Lururi. Lururi's out. What happened here? Yeah, it's Lururi. Yeah, it looks like Lurie's turned into Streif. Yeah, he's definitely turned to Streif, and Streif goes, whoa! Surprised! I'm surprised he didn't spear himself into the barrier backwards, because that was a huge impact there. Nelson PK, final run for him. Last chance to try and get himself in the top 20 and push Graham out. He's the only person in the danger zone that's on the track. Everyone else in the pits. Gotta try and beat. Okay, we now got Tereda's had an impact, has had an incident which looks like one of the fins. PK's going to the pits, and that's him calling a day. Tereda goes in the pits, so. And, well, quite a few people have. Oh, a lot of people improved their times there. Oh, tricky. Okay, what happened to. Okay, that's Kostas. Oh, it's Kostas Loss he's had an impact with. It's turned into Loss. Okay, I think he may just snapped his card. Okay, so Thyring is first, Chiva goes into 2nd, Tereda is still 3rd. Amazing time there from the Japanese driver. Sainz 4th, Malcolm Stewart rounds off the top 5, and that's the end of the session. Okay. Oh, that was a mouthful. So, Thorkin Thiring wins this group. Chiva 2nd, Yujiro Tereda in his first F1 race is 3rd. Carlos Sainz is 4th, 5th is Malcolm Stewart. Pierre Lombardi 6th for Switzerland. Graham Duxbury 7th. Mikael Ericsson's 8th. Kostas Loss is 9th. Gerberger rest of the top 10. Joker Bass 11th, Derek Ward 12th, Denis 30th, Ericsson 14th, Martin Baran, another good performance for Ireland in 15th, Blaze Street is 16th, 17th Bobby Rahal, Sig Bluff is 18th, Larry Park is 19th, John Gray in the bubble in the last person to make it through in this group in 20th, which means we say goodbye to the two Kenyans, Oscar LaRue and Nelson PK. And without further ado, let's now move over to the second group for the F1 qualifying session. Of course, going into the session, Nigel Mansell is the championship leader by 2 points over Michele Alboreto, who's still out until the 12th round of the season. For LA, Gareth Berger starts 58 points, 4th is Ayrton Senna with 50. So we know Berger says through. Will Mansell be able to get through in this group? Well, I'd imagine so, only because it's only the 3 slowest that go out. And there's John Jones, got one of the Belgians in the way there. That might slow him down for him to set the benchmark for everyone to try and beat. As we go around the third corner, and then it's just the final turn, and it's towards the start finish line. And it's the benchmark for everyone to try and beat. And here we go. What is John Jones' time going to be at the end of his run? It's going to be a 45.3, which seems like a pretty good time there. We'll see how that compares to everyone else as the session goes on. Paulson for New Zealand is 46.4, so 1.1 seconds slower than the fast man on the track at the moment. Peter Dome 45.9. Jose Celsi of Chile 45.4. Really good time there from the Chilean. And then it's Hannah McCullough that's third now, 45.8 with Alan Prost right next to him. Timo Saladin goes fastest, 45.0. Yan Yan of Japan, 45.7. Japan needs a good result here to give them a good chance to survive to the end of the next round. John Nielsen goes fastest, 45.0. His teammate was the fastest in the first group, Timo Saladin second. John Jones started for Canada, Pascal Gabon 4th. Louis Pesar 5th for Spain. Jose Celsi 6th for Chile. Says George Foshi for South Africa. Well, now Alan Grice of Australia on his return is in 4th. George Foshi 8th. Capelli 9th. Jan Lance rest of the top 10. So most of the drivers have set time. Nothing dramatic so far. Salazar 14th ahead of Alan Prost. Alan Prost only 15th, so not too good there. Bert Schneider West Germany goes into 7th as Pierre Chauvet is 3rd as Yan Yan improves his time in 8th. 5 drivers still yet to set a time. So we're about to find. We'll get one back across the line. Then Jean-Pierre Frey in 14th for Switzerland. Possum nearly on the verge of the bubble. If he's in the bubble now, with Ricciardi in 15th. Lowers improves his time in 9th. Capelli goes into 4th for Italy. 3 drivers still yet to come across the line. Improve the ties. Apostolo goes 12th, so that's Possum in the danger zone for New Zealand. That is Mansell goes into 12th, and Prosecutor's tie goes into 15th, so it's Pierre Dodone, Alessio Salazar of Chile, and Possum New Zealand all in danger of elimination as we stand so far. But we've still got 8 minutes of the session to go. Things could end up changing. Alan Prost in between 2. Nigel Mansell and that's Arie Luyendyk of the Netherlands there. Risky, 3 wide. Ivan Capelli goes fastest, 44.945. Ivan Capelli getting a good session in so far. And oh, we got one incident here. I think we're gonna have another. Yes, we've got 2 separate incidents at once. So Apostle's off. That's an off. Luyendyk goes into 4 for the Netherlands. Okay, we might need to get a replay of this. Whoa, yeah, we're nearly catching out Apostolo there. Right, Apostolo with Jose Celsi. Okay, so touching wheels. Okay, I think Celsi trying to get in the pits, but I think Apostolo just want to give him a chance. Prost taking out. It's Nigel Mansell gets taken out there. I think Mansell's trying to get in the pits, but didn't clear. But hadn't cleared hadn't cleared Prost. Yeah, Nigel Mansell trying to get. I think Mansell got the pits, but I don't think he realised Prost was still right beside him. Was not cleared to get. Wasn't cleared. Apostle's on the move. Mansell's in the pits. So good news that they're okay, but not the really wild one there. Possum coming across the start finish line. Is he going to get himself out of last position? Oh my god, another incident! And that's now with Ricciardi. Portugal goes into 18th. Ricciardi had an incident with, that Capelli, no, not that Capelli had an incident with. Okay. That last car is going to be a killer for some. Seems to be magnet for trouble here. Capelli, oh, Capelli's trying to get in the pits and Ricciardi's not in the way. Okay, huge crash there. Well, they're in the pits, but oh my goodness, I have Capelli. Where is? Oh, Ricciardi. Okay, Ricciardi's he's stopped. Okay, so he's despawned back in the pits. Okay, well at least the session's still. We're not going anyone slowing everyone down. Okay, so that's Mikola, Daytona, and Salazar all in danger of elimination. Though we've got Mikola out. Daytona and Salazar is still out. Is in the pit lane at the moment. We've only got a few drivers on the field, on the track at the moment. Shopping free. There's Possum. Trying to improve his time. Doesn't improve his time. Stays 18th. The Apostles on this run. In 14th for Greece. Past Gabon. 8th for Belgium. Coming across the line. No, it does not improve his time at all. John Jones and outlap. Lewandowski way off the pace. It looks like he's going to come in the pits anyway. And John Nielsen's just come out on the track to start another run. There's Mikola. And around the first corner, that's Nigel Mansell coming out of the pits, the championship leader, who's currently sitting in 13th position with a 45.3, which is 4 times slower than the fastest man, which is Ivan Capelli still. And Mikola coming in the third and fourth corners before coming to the finish line. Paulson improved his time. He stays in 18th, so still behind George Foshi of South Africa. Mikola about to go across the start finish line, and what is Mikola's time going to be? It is going to be a 45.8. He improves time, but he stays in 21st, stays in the danger zone. John Jones goes fastest with a 44.8. It must be the slipstream of Mikola that's helped him out here. Now Nigel Mansell goes slipstream of the fin. Is he going to try and get past Mikola? Try and be faster than him. Jean-Pierre Frey put his time. He stays 19th. Cool, 10th slower. John Jones in the first sector. We'll slow in ahead. That'll be that's the Dode who's okay, on an outlap at the moment. Salazar about to start a flying lap to try and get himself out of the danger zone. Mikola Bain for the pits. Mansell, I'm not really sure. Not sure he knows what he's doing. But Nielsen improves time, goes into third. Is in third. Mansell improves time though. He goes into 9th for the 45.2. So he needs a Daytona on his flying wrap now. Salazar 3/10 down. John Jones in the first sector. So John Jones, about 4 minutes left of the session to go. We need to push it, and we got Barry Schneis jumped into 6th. Goes ahead of Pierre Chauvet. Pierre doing a sandwich going down the main street before turn 3. Salazar. Doesn't improve his time, stays last. And Jose Celsi goes into the lead now, 44.7. Where on earth does Jose Celsi come from to get that? Okay, we've got okay, we've got 3 drive. Okay. Chaos ensued. Okay, so Daytona, Mansell, and John Jones have just all got bunched up together. Mansell's off. Louis Peresal, meanwhile, goes fastest, 44.3. I think one of them was trying to get in the pits, but the other two was just in the way and just wasn't able to make it happen, and then they just all got stuck together like glue. Prost, meanwhile, goes into 15th, goes ahead of Postler with a 45.3. As we got 3 minutes into the session to go. Ricciardi goes into 7th for Argentina. That's an amazing job there for the Argentine. Because Thierry Leroux is out. I mean, they're going to the about 2.5 minutes left of the session to go. Mansell not going anywhere. Everyone's just getting past him, past where he is anyway. They're doing a flying lap. Salazar on a flying lap. I don't think it's going to improve his time. I don't think it's going to be close to improving his time. Well, actually, he does improve his time a little bit, but he's still the slowest of this group so far. Meanwhile, Stuart is second, is Pierre Done. Trying to get association with Jan Lammers. This is going down sector 2. Jan Lammers is currently 14th for the Netherlands. Done's way off the pace here. And that's compared to the Pets. Done's coming in the Pets. 2 minutes left of the session to go. So we've got Jean-Pierre Frey that's coming out of the Pets. He's in the bubble in 20th with a 45.7 is his best time. Cola half a second down in the first sector, which is going to be a huge problem for him, I imagine. Salazar, nah, he's way off the pace. I think he needs to go in the Pets, get some new tires and go back out quickly before the session ends. Nobody's going to go for it though. Yeah, not even close to improving his time. And Mikola coming towards the start finish line. Has he got the slipstream enough to improve his time? He goes into 14th, so Jean-Pierre Frey's now in danger of elimination. And there's Yang Yang for Japan in 16th place right behind them. They're going down sector 1 with Ricaldi right behind them, watching on. Pascal Gabon is now into third for Belgium. Amazing run there from Gabon. Goes ahead of John Jones. As they're going down into sector 2 for Jean-Pierre Frey. 1.12 seconds down. Oh man, it's not looking too good for Jean-Pierre Frey. I don't think they're improving his time enough to beat Possum into 20th. Where is Possum? Is he on the track? He doesn't improve his time. Yang goes 9th, Ricali 8th. But Jean-Pierre Frey is not able to do enough to beat Possum for 20th. And Possum's going in the pets, so... but oh no, he's not going in the pets. Okay, sorry, that's someone else. Possum improves his time though. Stays in the bubble though. Does not get past George Foshi. Okay, it's crunch time for Frey. This is his last chance. If he does not beat Possum here, then that's going to be him out. The Donuts, Salazar and the Pets, so they're both out as well. There's Yayama for Japan, right next to him, coming across the finish line. There's not really enough time for Frey to go for another run. I don't think, actually, may just. Oh, he's just done it. Okay, so he's just got enough time to go again. This is Frey's last chance. Where is Possum though? Possum is in the Possum coming across the line, does not improve his time, so it's going to be either Frey or Possum that goes out. But who's it going to be? 4/10 down in the first sector for Frey. As we're coming down to sector 2, Yang Yang right next to him. Can Frey do it? Can Frey do it? 1.12 seconds down. Okay, it's going to be close. I don't think it's going to be enough though. Ricali's bailed the pet. I mean, Ricali's through, so you don't have to worry about his time right now. Jean-Pierre Frey does not improve his time, so that is Jean-Pierre Frey out. It's all over for the Austrian. No, not Austrian. Jean-Pierre Frey, Swiss. Sorry. I don't know why I keep getting Frey's nationality wrong. But anyway, that's the end of the session. Louis Persal wins the second group. Jose Celsi second for Chile. Pascal Gabon is third for Belgium. Fourth is John Jones. Ivan Capelli fifth. John Nielsen sixth. Tio Sala seventh. Ricali eighth. Yaya ninth. Louis Dick runs off the top 10. Bernstein is 11th, Pierre Shoei 12th, Alan Gray 13th, Nigel Mansell 14th, Mikola 15th, Jan Lara 16th, Alan Pro 17th, Apostle 18th, Foshi 19th, and Possum is the last driver to make to the race, which means we say goodbye to Jean-Pierre Frey, Pierre Didon, and Alessio Salazar. But before we get to the exciting part, which is 40 F1 drivers around Daytona, let's get to the F2 reverse and main races first. And here we go, it's the reverse grid race around Daytona for the F2 division. Now as you can see, there is 25 cars instead of 26. That's because Hideki Okada, racing for Japan, has been disqualified and thus will not be competing for the reverse grid or the main race. So it's Mauricio Sala, Rolando Faglio, Franz Conrad and Riccardo Patrese on the front two rows, as they were the four slowest in qualifying, with John Winter, Rob Bosell, Philip Palio and Kent Eriksson, the four fastest, will be starting at the back of the grid for this reverse race, but of course the grid will go back to normal for the main race. Without further ado, let's get to this reverse grid race and see how things will play out. Who's going to win this race? We're going to find out soon enough as the race gets underway now. 13 laps of this race we've got. Oh, hang on, help if I focus on Mauricio Sala. as he takes an early lead in this race. I believe Franz Conrad has got past Vaglio to get into second, as we'll get the car back to the pits because the track's so short. And then Franz Conrad is going to take the lead of the race with Mauricio Salas second. Rui Stoll goes into third ahead of Vaglio. Patrese goes down to fifth. We've got Dick Johnson sixth for Australia. So we've got the two Austrians and the Brazilian fighting for the front as they're pulling away from the rest of the field already. Patrese's got past Vaglio, making it to fourth as Rui Stoll seems to drop back a little bit. I think he lost a little bit of momentum. As we've already got to complete lap number 1, and it looks like it's going to be Sala holding on to the lead, with Conrad still right behind. Patrese's catching up to the top 3 drivers, as he's about past Rui Stoll. This is for third position, and yes, gets the inside line, and it looks like he's going to take the lead. But here comes Rui Stoll though, to try and keep both Austrians in the podium spots, as Patrese is about to just make the way past Stoll, and it's done so. And it looks like we've got Dick Johnson for Australia right behind him, who's trying to catch up to Patrese. As Patrese is now on the outside. Can he get past Sala and Conrad to try and take the lead of this race? He's certainly going to try and do so. And those who lead the championship is technically Mikael Eriksson, but he is in the F1 division. And fun fact, he's also been disqualified in the F1 division for what he did. And Martin Brundle gets the fastest lap of the race. Where is Brundle? He's actually sitting in sixth. He's in 5th position. He's got past Dick Johnson. He's now trying to move on Rui Stoll for 4th. It's really tight to the front. As we got Conrad trying to take the lead of Sala, and Patrese on the outside trying to get his nose in to try to take the lead of this race. Right now it says Patrese's in the lead, but I think Sal's will take the lead again, going into the inside line. Oh, quite close to the edge there. As we're about to start lap 4 of 13 already. It's 3 wide. I think there might be touching wheels there. Oh, very perilous. It's quite perilous here, for sure. I'm actually really anxious to see how it's going to play out, because I'm worried it's going to be a disaster unfolding, because it's because of how close they are to each other going around these corners. But Sala is leading the way. Patrese second, Conrad third, Brundle fourth, Stoll fifth, Kichizuki sixth, Kankinen is 7th for Finland, Dick Johnson 8th, Klaus Ludwig 9th, and Bjorn Waldegard rounding off your top 10. And Patrese might try to get his nose out there once again, trying to take the lead, but Sala still has the inside line. Although going a bit beyond the edge there, my liking is how close they are to each other. Sala is going to just about hold on to the lead of the race. Oh, Franz Conrad there was wobbling away, but I actually thought he was going to lose it, but thankfully he hasn't. But it slowed him down, and it's now going to be a 2-horse race for the lead now between Sala and Patrese, with Martin Brundle 4th, getting past Rui Stoll, so can he get past the other Austrians, get into 3rd for the United Kingdom. And he's going on the outside line. I think he's got, yes, he's got past Conrad into 3rd. Now Patrese and Sala now just battling each other for the continuing to battle each other for the lead. And now Franz Conrad is sliding his way past Martin Brundle once again, trying to get himself back involved for the lead of the race, as Brundle's trying to get his nose in to try and get himself involved in the fight between Sala and Patrese. As we're about to start lap number 6, we're about to be halfway to the race already. So, it's weird how quick this race has gone. It's an oval at the end of the day. And as we're on to lap number 6 of 13. Patrese leading, Sala second, Brundle is third. Kankinen! Where does he come from? He's into 4th now. Conrad's still in 5th and 6th. They've dropped down a wee bit, it looks like. And hang on, have I broken the board? What's up with the board? I think the board may be a bit broken. There we go, let's fix the board. I just realised the board was acting a bit weird. I think it's got the wrong setting. Oops. Right, we're last 6 of 13. Patrese, Brundle and Sala. Oh, look how close they are. And a little bit of wobble there with Brundle. Is he going to... Okay, he's kept the car in the straight line. Oh my goodness. The slightest bit of contact could go all horribly wrong. Look at everyone's bunching up to get... The front runners are bunching up together once again. Conrad, Kankinen, Stoll, Klaus Ludwig, right behind. It's all very, very, very tight. Mark Brundle's apparently the race leader. He's on the inside line of not Salah for a change. Cesaris approaching the back of the train in 8th. He's trying to get past where he stole for 7th. Runs lap 13. I imagine they're going to pit this lap on the next lap. Hopefully, but will things go smoothly, or will it just be chaos? No, I'm not too sure. Oh, good grief! Just okay, and we got this. Okay, we've got a huge disaster here. Okay. Oh wow, loads of drivers have crashed. Okay, we need to get replaying that. I think because the big wobble there from Brundle. Okay, go from Brundle's perspective, try and break down everything. I think. Oh, okay. Brundle just smacks into Salah. He really lost. I'm guessing he just tried to regain control of the car. He's trying to get in the pit lane. But he spun it, but Tracy's gone for a spin. The Sebastian. Oh, don't know why Sebastian Lin was lit up. So Salah is able to keep going. Goes into the pit lane. Well, cars in the pits. Stoller stayed out. Salah's got a damaged rear wing. Klaus Ludwig, he's well, he was in an accident. That's Franz Conrad. Okay, caught Patrese. Go for a wee spit, but he's kept it again. Well, they made contact with Salah and then Conrad. Okay, so Patrese is facing the wrong way. I think Patrese may be out of the race. Oh, that was a nice glitch there. There we go. So let's try to keep it. So Brundle moved to the right. I think he's trying to get in the pits, so you know, it's just chaos ensued. But there he is. I'm pretty sure that. He went to Kankinen there, which is don't know why he did. That's a bit of a strange move there from his part. You know, some of the drivers cannot get past because of the shelters in the way, but still stayed out. So Brundle's in the pits. John Bow has stayed out for Australia. Hopefully everyone else could get moving. It's not ideal at all. Okay, Conrad's in the pits. Kankinen stayed out. And cars on the move. Okay, Patrese out. Is everyone... Dallas... Okay, a few drivers are out of the race. Okay, that's a lot more... Oh, okay, most of those are retired. Oh, but beyond one got Ludwig are not moving. Okay, so they've had damage to the cars to put them out of the race. Oh, Stoll goes in. Okay, I think I was just Stoll being stupid there because Stoll could easily see it. John Bo's going to the back of him. Okay, so everyone's crashing into where beyond Waldegar's car is. So Waldegar's now moving, but oh my goodness, what on earth has happened here now? Okay, so I think there's a bit of a problem with the passing here. Beyond Waldegar's out. Okay, now I'm not even sure who's leading the race. I'm going to say Kankinen, but there is Martin Brundle, Conrad to lead the race, capitalizing all this drama that's going on. So race still is out. I think it is. Don't know what that's about. So Dick Johnson's out as well. Klaus Ludwig's definitely out. We know. Okay. Kankinen's out of the pits. He's going to come out in 5th. Maurice Salas 4th. Bersenthal 3rd for Switzerland. 2nd is Franz Conrad for Austria. Martin Brundle leads the race for the United Kingdom. Okay, so that was a lot to keep track of. Got Kenneth Eriksson staying out. I don't think he's pitted, so he's going to have a late pit stop in this race. But he's currently in 8th. He might get past John Winter for a 7th. As we're on to lap 10-13, the battle leads hots up between Brundle and Conrad, and I think they've got a couple of people that are going to lap who have made it this race. Yes, it's a couple. Suzuki's been lapped, John Bow is lapped, Harold Hoosman of Belgium is lapped, Rui Stoll's lapped, Vaglio is lapped as well. Okay, so there's a few lapped cars in this race. There's another driver by lapped, and it's Andrei Cesaris who is in 11th. And Franz Conrad going to kick, looks like he might capitalize on it, take the lead, but Brundle's trying to go on the inside while Conrad's going for the outside. And we've got a slow moving, that'll be Johnny Dumfries in 10th. Meanwhile, Kent Eriksson is now going to is in the battle for 6th between him and Alonso, who's the highest placed driver in 2nd, because the other driver, the driver leading the championship is Mikael Eriksson, but he's in the F1 division. Okay, we're on to lap number 11 now, as we've got 3 laps of this race left to go. Eriksson and Alonso continue to battle for 6th. Alonso needs to get 6th if he wants to get ahead of Mikael Eriksson in the Drivers' Championship before we go into the main race. But looking back at the front runs, Mark Brundle has got a gap between him and Conrad now as he's managed to lap into Chancelloress while Conrad's not been able to do so. As Johnny Dumfries ahead in no man's land, not really able to do much about it. There is Spurs and Tal, and he's about to lap. This will be Husman's about to lap, and then we've got Salah in 4th, lapping Jumbo, and then there's Kankin alone in 5th. As we're on the penultimate lap now, lap number 12. As the battle for the lead continues, and Mark Brundle now got 3 tenths advantage over Franz Conrad, which could be enough for him to take the win here in this reverse grid race. But we've still got one more lap to go, and we got another overtake there. So Bothell and John Winters for the back end of the points in 8th. And here we go, the final lap of the reverse grid race begins now. Yep, starts now. Brundle leading, Conrad 2nd, Santal 3rd. Going to be a very, very interesting result for sure. And Eriksson is battling for 6th still between him and Unser. Bothell and Winter still battling for the final point in 8th. But at the end of the day, it's going to come down to Martin Brundle's going to take the race win here in the Daytona reverse grid race. With just a final corner left to go, unless Conrad can find a bit of speed towards the end, but I don't think it's going to happen. And so Martin Brundle is going to come across the line and take the win here at Daytona for the reverse grid F2 race. And there we go, Brundle wins, Conrad 2nd, Bersenthal a really good 3rd place finish for the Swissman. And now it's going to wait for everyone else to make their way across the finish line. And here we go, coming towards the final corner. It looks like Kent Eriksson it might be Alonso that might be able to hold off the Swede for 6th place. As we're about to come across the finish line, and it's going to be going to Al Unser for sure. Yes, it is. And John Wynn is going to beat Bosa for the final point in 8th. And the last driver to finish on the lead lap is Johnny Dumfries in 10th. And there is your race result. Martin Brundle takes the win by just under 4 tenths of a second, with Bersenthal 3rd, Mauricio Sala 4th, 5th is Juha Kankinen, 6th Alonso, Kent Eriksson 3rd, and John Winter gets the final point in 8th, with Raul Boso 9th and Johnny Dumfries around the top 10. And then we got Andrew Chester who's the lap down, with Howard Husman 12th, 13th is John Bow, Kishizuki 4th, Rolando Vaglio is 15th, and the last classified finisher, Rui Stoll did finish the race but he's 2 laps down, and that's less than 90% of the race complete, so Rui Stoll will not be a classified finisher. And the DNS, Dick Johnson, Ricardo Patrese, Klaus Ludwig, Bjorn Waldgaard, DATs, Jan Dalmas, Sebastian Lindholm, Danny Sullivan, and Philippe Alliot. So with that race out of the way, it's now time for the F2 main race. And here we go, it's the main race for the race around Daytona in the F2 division, with John Winter, Raul Bothell and Philippe Alliot getting the bonus points from qualifying, with Kent Eriksson looking try this again. 3, 2, 1. Okay, it's the qualified. No. Okay, it's now the race. No, for fuck's sake, it's not difficult. And here we go, it's the main race around Daytona for the F2 division, with John Winter on pole, Raul Bothell 2nd, Philippe Alliot getting the bonus point in 3rd, with Kent Eriksson in 4th position. Who's going to win this race? Can Alonso, who's starting this race at 6, get a good finish to take the lead of the Drivers' Championship? Or will his teammate, Danny Sullivan, take the lead off them? Without further ado, let's get to this race and find out. There we go, focus on John Winter as he's the pole man. As we get the race underway in the Daytona. Now, and away we go. It looks like it's going to be a pretty good start for John Winter. I think he's going to hold on to the lead over Bosel. Yeah, it looks like it being on the inside line, so he gets the lead. In fact, here comes Bosel though to try to take the lead off of him. We'll need to go follow the car by the pits. Look how quick they'll make their way around the track. And here we go. And John Winter leads the way. Bosel second, Allianz third, Kent Eriksson fourth. Jack Dallas 5th, Alonso 6th, Sebastian Lindholm goes to the 7th, as Danny Sullivan slips down to 9th position, being passed by Andrew the Chanceress, but it looks like they're going to get 8th place back off of him, as they're making their way to turn number 3 already, with John Winter and Bosel continue to fight for the lead of this race. Here we go, coming around the final corner, before starting the second lap of this race. Okay, a lot of people try to get next to each other, try to make the move. And here we go, on to lap number 2. Winter leading the way, but Raoul Bosel right next to him, trying to see if we can get his nose out to try to take the lead of this race. And there is Jan Dalmas trying to battle his teammate Alio for 3rd, and there is Sebastian Lindholm trying to get past Kent Eriksson for 5th. After doing his DNF in his first reverse grid race, Lindholm wanted to try and bounce back and get a good result. Whereas his teammate Kankinen, 16th, been just passed by Klaus Ludwig of West Germany. As we're on to the turns number 3 and 4, Lindholm is ahead of Dalmas Alio though, so he goes into 4th, with Jan Dalmas trying to foul for the lead of Bosel Winter, try and slip in next to Bosel, but Lindholm is making his way to 3rd now, gets ahead of Dalmas. Mauricio Sala gets the fastest lap of the race. Sala, who is starting at the back, he's into 21st now. He's trying to get past Nick Johnson, but he's under pressure from Rudy Stoll, who makes the move to get to 21st. As Kent Eriksson now getting past Lindholm for 3rd. Winter is still ahead of Bosel for 1st. As Kent Eriksson tries to slip in next to Bosel, but Bosel has shut the door on them. There is Sebastian Lindholm in 4th, trying to get back into 3rd, ahead of Kent Eriksson. As Jan Dalmas is a bit of a tussle between himself, Alonso, Alio, and the Chancellor. Sullivan dropping down to 9th. Now, going to get the fast lap of the race. Yes, Rudy Stoll gets the fastest lap. He's in 19th. He's ahead of John Bowe. He's trying to catch up to Martin Brundle, the man who won the reverse grid race, and Ricard Patrese, who are right in front of him. And now Lindholm and Eriksson's battle for 3rd continues, but here comes Alonso now to try and get involved. Try and get past, gets past Lindholm, goes into 4th, as Eriksson's going to make it 3 wide, going into turns 3 and 4. But he's not able to make it stick. But here comes Alonso now to try and make his way to 3rd now, try and get past the Swede. As we're on to lap number 5 of 25 already. Didier Taze is now the fastest man on this track in 10th place. Is ahead of Joy Dumfries in 11th, trying to catch up to his teammate Harold Husman, who's in 9th. Jan Dalmas is under pressure between his teammate Alio. And Lindholm, meanwhile, been passed down to 5th, been passed by Eriksson and Alonso. Alonso goes into 3rd. John Winter holding on to the lead of the race, as Eriksson's going to try and make it 3 wide yet again. With Lindholm trying to get to the inside of Alonso to try and get back into 4th. Lots of battles at the front for sure. There's quite a few battles towards the back as well, as we go into lap number 6 of 25 now. Anyone going to get a fast lap of this race? Does not look like it this time. As we're on lap 6 of 25. Quite intense so far. Anything can happen here. As Kent Eriksson and Lindholm battling for 3rd again, as Alonso's been slipped down to 5th. with Jan Dalmas trying to put a bit of pressure on. In fact, Husman's getting involved as well. Philippe Alliot maybe, Chancellor as well. Oh, but then again, the top 24 drivers are separated by just under 4 seconds, with Baglia, who's lost the trail evidently. He's at the back, nearly 20.5 seconds down. As we're on to lap number 7, I think I heard wheels banging from someone. Not sure who it is. And now Lindholm is apparently taking the lead of the race. He's managed to slip into the inside line. And Lindholm is now your new race leader of this race. Great move there from the Finn. But Raul Bothel is fighting back. In fact, as John Winter slips down to 4th, been passed by Jan Dalmas. As we're going around turn number 3. Jan Dalmas into the outside line of Raul Bothel, but it looks like Jan Dalmas isn't going to be able to keep that stick. It's going to help John Winter out, try and get himself back in the podium's position. And we're to lap number 8 now. And Klaus Ludwig is the fastest man on the track. Klaus Ludwig, he is sitting 9th. He's just been passed by Didier Tees. So he's got the 2 Belgians ahead of him, Tees and Husman, with Alliot, who's outside, now slid down to the top 10. He's in 11th, right behind the West German. And now Andre de Chancellor gets past Kenneth Eriksson for 5th. In fact, he's going to try to make a move on John Winter for 4th, it looks like. As Lindholm, still under pressure from Bothel and Dalmas, who are trying to get their nose out to get ahead of him, but it's just not able to do it so far, with Lindholm in the inside line. As we're making our way on towards lap number 9 of 25, we're getting close to the halfway mark of this race. There's been lots of overtakes, lots of drama. Well, probably not all drama yet, but definitely lots of overtaking. Lots of switching places back and forth, for sure. As John Winter's got past Dalmas, he's back in the top 3 positions. Dalmas slips out of the podium's positions, with Andre Cesaris in 6th, just been passed by Kenneth Eriksson, with Husman getting involved in 7th, getting ahead of Alonso, the man who could potentially be leading the championship at the end of this round. But as it stands right now, Alonso would tie points with Mikael Eriksson, but countback would go in Mikael Eriksson's favour, because Mikael Eriksson's won 2 races, Alonso's only won 1. As we now move over to lap number 10. And we're going to get a fast lap here. Does not look like it. But Chancellorist now goes into 3rd, but he's on the outside line. I think it's going to help John Winter get back into 3rd. Not as Chancellor's not able to get beside Bothel here. There is Jan Dalmas in 5th. Under by pressure from Harold Husman of Belgium, who's in 6th. With Kenneth Eriksson 7th, Alonso and Cloud Ludwig in the battle for 8th, it looks like, and Danny Tate at the back of the points. He's got Danny Sullivan and Johnny Dumfries right behind him. As the front runner has got 3 wide going into the beginning of lap number 11, with John Winter getting himself back in towards the front, with Lindholm still leading the way just about, but I think Winter may end up retaking the lead of this race. Oh, but I think Lindholm is actually going to keep his nose out, and John Winter is actually having to slip back, as Husman getting past Duchesseris for 4th, and actually getting past Alonso for 7th, as we're on to lap 11 of 25, nearly halfway into this race. Lots of possession changes, lots of back and forth going on, for sure. But I guess the question is, when's everyone going to come to the pits, and how will it change up the field? It will change up the field a lot, I imagine. That's Martin Brundle, the man who won the first grid race. He's got the fast lap now. He's 11th, right behind Danny Sullivan, right behind the back end of the points. As Duchesseris and Winter battling for 3rd now. It's Duchesseris trying to manage to get into the top 3 spots, only for when to snap back, but it looks like he's going to make the move stick this time. John Winter going towards the inside of Duchesseris, but here comes Harold Husman. managing to sneak his way to 4th for Belgium. As we're on to lap 12, as we're about to start lap number 13. When is everyone going to come to the pits? Not sure at the moment. But we're on to lap 13 now. Are we going to get a fast lap here? No, not this time round. John Winter gets back in the top 3 spots. And Alonso right behind. Husman 6 under bit pressure from Yak Dalmas now. He's going to try and get himself back in the top 5 to try and help his help himself get the championship lead off Mikael Eriksson. There's John Winter in 4th. Still a bit of a tussle with De Cesaris, but it looks like De Cesaris is going to win out on this one. As I imagine we're going to start seeing people go into the pits. There's Fackley, the man who is down in the back of the field, who's nearly a lap behind. He's just way off the pace of everyone in this race. I think he may have been lapped probably either this lap or towards either the end of this lap or towards the end of the next one, as if everyone stays out. But we're on to lap 14 of 25. As Lindholm leads, Bosel 2nd, Winter 3rd, Chancellor 4th, Dalmas 5th, Husman 6th, Allen 7th, Ludwig 8th, Sullivan 9th, and Kent Eriksson rounding off your top 10 positions. How close they are going around this corner. It's about to, I imagine, going to start the pits. Oh, touch between Lindholm and Bosel. And the pit stops about to start happening. And Lindholm and Bosel. Oh, Lindholm and Bosel having a huge incident. Okay. Well, nicely saved there from Lindholm. Okay, so we're in the pits now. In fact, they're the only 2 in the pits, interestingly. So, going for an early strategy. Will this pay off? So John Winter takes the lead of this race. Chetler 2nd, Husman's 3rd. Okay, Lindholm's in his box. Will it be straight out? Oh, Lindholm is straight out. What about Bosel? Bosel is still in the pits. And Lindholm, in fact, Lindholm's going to be well ahead of Bosel. Bosel's on the move now. He's lost a bit of time there. And now, what about the front runners? Going to start in the pits. Winter's coming into the pits. And we've got a huge incident. It looks like it's between Husman and De Cesaris. In fact, got a bit of a pile up of cars here. And we've got that'll be Salah that's spawn. And now, okay. Okay, so get a replay on that instead. Okay, so John Winter's in. So wait, no, Baglio's not second, so he's nearly a lap down. Okay, so we'll start with Husman and Cesaris. I think the Cesaris just went. Yeah. Okay. So he slightly clipped Husman trying to get back. I get snagged on between Sullivan and Dalmas. I think Husman's trying to stay out, but Sullivan and Yank Dallas are pushing him in, which is causing a huge traffic jam. Some people have stayed out, interestingly enough. Okay, so that's what's happened here. So Husman has just been snagged. And going for a spin there, it's Sullivan. Actually, I need to check his Salah. Why is Salah spin? Okay. Well, spin because he'll collide with someone, but that's you. Okay, so Juha Kaikkonen is right there. Salah. That was. Okay, barely touch. I think Salah was trying. Okay. I think Salah was trying to stay out, but Kaikkonen was trying to. I'm not really sure how it happened there. So we've got some people staying out. Lindholm, okay, Winter's straight out. But this, here comes Lindholm and Bosel. Are they going to get ahead of? Is Winter going to stay ahead of him? It looks like it. Yeah, John Winter is going to win out and go ahead of Lindholm and Bosel. Well, a lot of people still in the pits. Franz Comrad's on the move now. Yeah, so Franz Comrad's on the move. So we've got the front runners. We've got Dumfries, Alios, Sandhouse, Stoll, Waldegaard, and Waldegaard. So we've got 5 people with coming to the pits. And then we've got, I think we've got a bit of an issue there between Santos and Stoll have snagged each other. Eriksson's coming, no, not Eriksson, Waldegaard's coming to the pits. And here comes John Winter though, most likely to take the lead of the race. Yes, definitely for sure. unless something happens towards the front. Yeah, no, John Winter's out front. Lindholm goes into second, and both. In fact, oh, Joey Dumfries on the move there, but Bosel's just gonna hang out to third. Dumfries fourth. Stoll's going to come out in fifth for Austria, so that's good for him. Waldegaard sixth. There comes Franz Conrad for trying to get past the sweep for sixth. Patrese eighth. Santos coming out in ninth. Is Kichizuki going to be in the top 10 to Alio? Okay. And it looks like Kichizuki is going to beat out Dick Johnson instead of Alio. Alio is coming out of the pits. Oh wow, so he's down in 14th. He's going to come out in 14th. That is John Winter lapping. Andrew De Cesare is a lap down. Okay, so something's clearly gone horribly wrong for the Italian. Okay, in fact, going to 19th. Vaglios just coming out of the pits. I think he was lapped before he came in the pits anyway. But interesting, he's not the last of the runners now. In fact, Kenneth Eriksson is last of the runners in 24th. Okay, not really sure. Okay, I don't know what happened to Kenneth Eriksson. Yeah, Dalmas a lap down. Al Unser's a lap down as well. The man who could be leading the fight for the lead of the championship. Okay, so this is an absolute disaster for Dalmas, Al Unser, and Sullivan. These are all championship contenders. And they've all come out they're all in 21st, 22nd, 23rd, all one lap down of the leader of John Winter. Okay, so I don't understand how what on earth has gone wrong here. But anyway, we're on to lap 19 of 25, so we're getting close towards the end of the race. Okay, so we've got Balfour 6 going on between Conrad, Waldegaard and Patrese are all battling for 6. Santel outside chance in 9th, and towards the back in the point there's Kichizuki in 10th. There's John Winter trying to lap. Okay, so that's Chester and Taze. They're about to be lapped by the leader. Patrese and Waldegaard. Well, Patrese, Conrad and Waldegaard. There they are, the three-way tussle for 6. If I had to pick one of them to take the 6th spot, I think it might be Waldegaard. I think he's the stronger driver of the 3. But that's just an opinion. It could be entirely wrong here. As we're on lap 20 of 25 now. Well, bets are off for sure. Waldegaard seems he's ahead of Patrese and Conrad for now, but Patrese on the inside line, so I think Patrese is going to end up getting the 6th spot at the moment. But right now, John Winter is stuck behind. He's not able to lap. Isn't able to lap to Cheddars or Taze, which is a problem because it's slowing him down. That could help Sebastian Lindholm catch up. Sebastian Lindholm, first main race in 2nd place. This will be an amazing result for him. Rob Bosel in 3rd. That's going to help him out quite a lot in the championship. Get some big points there. Joy Dumfries is still yet to score, so this will be an amazing result for him if he is to get 4th. He's got the 2 Americans ahead of him he needs to lap. I still can't believe the 2 of them are a lap down. This really still 5th. Be a good result for him to go along with his not completing the reverse grid race because he was 2 laps down in the main race. No, in the reverse grid race, sorry. That's Santal 9th, and Kichizuki rest of the top 10. Santal, who was in the F1 division for a while, briefly for Switzerland, but got demoted back down to F2 because he just was not able to get any results that Switzerland were desperately needing at the time. The Switzerland are doing okay in the Nations competition now, or at least in the decent spot to get into the final 20 at the end of the 12th round. As we've got John Winter still unable to lap these 2 drivers. This is helping Sebastian Lindholm slowly catching up to 2. It was about 3.3 seconds, I believe he was. It's now down to 2.5, but the race going, it's not going to be enough for Lindholm to catch up to the West Germans. So Winter is definitely at the start, will definitely win the race. And there's Rob Bosel, I think. That's Vaglio. Was Vaglio trying to think of trying to unlap himself? Well, trying to unlap himself with Bosel. As we're on to lap 23 of 25, so we just got 3 laps left to go, and that is the other Belgian of Hoosman ahead of John Winter. I think he's looks like he's going to he's finally got past Dilly Cheese, and I think he's just about going to find his way past Andrew de Cesaris. If I put him a lap down, they can try and increase the gap between him and Lindholm to ensure that he's going to be the winner of this main race. As Bothell third, Joy Dumfries fourth, Stoll fifth, Waldegaard, Petrese and Conrad all still in the battle for sixth. Waldegaard currently on the inside line, so he's in a good position to get that sixth place secured. But anyway, we're on to the penultimate lap of this race, and there is Winter still not quite managing to lap De Cesaris quite yet. He doesn't really need to because, well, De Cesaris is 18th, DAT is 19th, so it wouldn't really make a difference if he laps them or not for these two drivers because they're well outside the points. And there is, he's definitely not going to lap Husman. Husman is a bit too far ahead to be lapped at this stage of the race. But anyway, we're on to the final lap of this race now, with John Winter with a 2.5 second advantage to Lindholm. There's Lindholm right there in the background. As the final lap begins now. As we're Bothell third. In fact, Joy Dumfries seems to have caught to Bothell, but I don't. It's 1.2 seconds separating them. I think it's like the slipstream of the American drivers has helped Dumfries out, but I don't think it's going to be enough for him to catch the Brazilian. But we've just got a couple of corners left to go for John Winter. Trying to get the inside line, but not able to do it. Husman's been passed by De Cesaris, interestingly enough, so De Cesaris is now into 17th. But it doesn't really matter at the end of the day, it's going to be a win for John Winter, as he's about to cross the line and win the main race at Daytona for the F2 division. Sebastian Lindholm, an amazing debut for him, finishing in second in the main race. There's Raoul Bothell and Joy Dumfries battle for third, but it's going to be Bothell for sure that's going to take third. And yes, it is. And now the battle for sixth. It looks like it's going to go to Bjorn Waldegaard. But here comes Petrese for the last minute chart. No, it's going to be oh, it's Franz Conrad that's going to take the sixth spot. Waldegaard starts ace Petrese. Now it's going to wait for everyone else to make the way across the finish line. And here we go, that's everyone across the finish line. John Winter takes the win by 3.1 seconds over Sebastian Lindholm. Raoul Bothell third, Joy Dumfries takes fourth, Rui Stoll ahead of his teammate Franz Conrad, who just snags Waldegaard for sixth by 9 thousandths of a second. Ricard Petrese is eighth, Barry Santal ninth, and the final point goes to Kiichi Suzuki of Japan. And then we've got Martin Brown takes 11th, the two Australians 12th and 13th, Klaus Ludwig 14th, Philippe Alliot 15th, Johan Keikkinen 16th, Harold Husman 7th, Andrew Chesers 18th, and Daytona is the last driver on the lead lap. Danny Sullivan 20th, one lap down. Rolando Vaglio managed to get in between the two Americans in the end, interestingly, with Al Unser a disaster for him in 22nd, 23rd Jan Dalmas, Kenneth Erickson 24th, and the only driver to not finish the race is Mauricio Salazar. So with that result out of the way, it's now time for the F1 division, but of course we need to check the grid positions first. And here we go, onto the grid lineup. It's Louis Parasat and Thorkin Tharing in the front of the grid. In third is Eddie Cheever. Eugene Tereda for his first F1 race is fourth. Carlos Sainz, Malcolm Stewart look at row 3, followed by Jose Celsi and Pascal Gabon, whereas John Jones and Pierre Lombardi round the top 10. In 11th is Ivan Capelli, John Nielsen is in 12th, followed by Graham Duxbury and Timo Salonen. In 15th is Hoy Ricciardi, Yuro Yanyama is 16th, 17th is Ari Lundig, 18th is Bernd Schneider, with Pierre Chauvet and Kostas Loth around the top 20. There's Gerhard Berger and Alan Grice on row 11, followed by Nigel Mansell and Hannah McCullough in 24th. 25th is Joachim Mass, 26th is Derek Warwick, with Jan Lammers and Alan Prost in row 14. Apostle and George Foshi round off the top 30. Alessandro Denis 31st, Ayrton Senna is 32nd, Martin Baran and Paulson in row 17, 35th is Philippe Streets, 36th is Bobby Rahal, with 37th Stig Blomqvist, 38th is Larry Parkins, and at the back of the grid is John Gray of Canada and Nelson Piquet of Brazil. A disastrous qualifying for Mansell and Berger pretty much opens the door to see if anyone else can be in championship contention. It's also not a good day for the United Kingdom leading the nation's competition, with both the drivers qualifying so low down the grid. What can happen here in this race? Well, without further ado, let's get into this race and we will find out. And here we go with the F1 race here at Daytona, with Louis Parcel in pole position, Thorkin Tharing on the front row, A. Cheever gets the final bonus point third, and Yujiro Tsunoda rounds off the second row. With the championship leader of Nigel Mansell starting 23rd, and those championship contention, Gerhard Berger in 21st, and Ayrton Senna, who is starting all the way down in 32nd. Who's going to win this race? Will anyone take the lead over Nigel Mansell? Well, actually, look at the board, it's not massively impossible, but who will close in on Nigel Mansell in this round? Without further ado, let's get to this race and find out. Focus our attention on Louis Parcel, because he is the pole man. As we get this race underway now, and we are off for the race here at Daytona. And it looks like it's going to be a good start for Louis Parcel. In fact, I think he's going to take the hold to the lead. But here comes A. Cheever though, to see if he can try and get into first. It's the driver on the board. We're going to get the car out of the pits because they come around really quickly. And A. Cheever takes the lead of the race just like that over Louis Parcel. Siren's holding the third, Science is fourth, Tsunoda fifth, Malcolm Stewart sixth, Jose Celsi seventh. John Jones is 8th, Pascal Gabon 9th, and Pierre Lombardi runs to the top 10 ahead of Ivan Capelli Ferrelli. As we come round to the final corner to start lap number 2, here comes A. Cheever to take the lead of the race. In the nation's table, United Kingdom lead the way by 10 points over Brazil, who's in second, tying up points with Elliott with 82 points. As we're on to lap number 2. Lots of overtakes up and down the field, but it's A. Cheever leading the way. In fact, here comes Carlos Sainz. Was trying to go on the inside there of A. Cheever, so it had to be salvaged by the two Spaniards. But Thorkin Tharing managed to slip his way back into the top 3 positions for Denmark. As Mansell's 22nd, Gerhard Berger is now 24th, down the back end of the field. As we are about to start lap number 3 of 50 already. Who's going to get the fastest lap of this race? I'd like to know. All I know is Louis Parcel and A. Cheever are going to be swapping positions quite a bit for the lead of the race, but it's going to be A. Cheever, I'm pretty sure it's going to be leading the race. The fastest lap going to Jose Celsi of Chile, who's sitting in 5th position. So good time there from Jose Celsi. Under a bit of pressure from John Jones of Canada though, but still trying to catch Carlos Sainz for 4th. And here comes Thorkin Tharing. He's in the inside line. He's got the preferable line to get to the lead of the race over A. Cheever and Louis Parcel. Oh, close they are going into that corner. I actually thought Cheever touched Tharing and was going to spear into Louis Parcel. But John Jones, however, managed to get to start for Canada. So John Jones is getting himself involved in this race. Going to get the fast lap of the race. Does not look like it, but we're on lap 4 of 50 now. We've got both Spaniards in the top 5 still. Jose Celsi 6th, Yujiro Tsunoda 7th, Gabon 8th, Malcolm Stewart 9th for New Zealand, Pierre Lombardi for Switzerland in the top 10. As John Jones and Louis Parcel battling for 3rd. In fact, John Jones is going to beat out the Spaniard as Cheever is on the outside of Thorkin Tharing, while Louis Parcel trying to keep up with John Jones. Oh man, lots of overtakes up and down the field. It's hard to keep up. We'll just try and focus on the front runners. Mansell's up to 20. Yujiro Tsunoda gets the fastest lap for Japan. Tsunoda in 7th place. I think he's just got past Jose Celsi of Chile. Good run there from Tsunoda. Of course, Japan in danger of being eliminated at the end of the 10th round as they're signed 23rd, and they're the only team with 0 points. With the next 2 highest placed teams being Chile and Australia, they both have 6 points each, but they're in danger of being eliminated at the end of the 12th round. and it'll, with the fact Celsius 7, that's going to help Chile out, try and get themselves back in the top 20 positions to try and make it to the final 20 at the end of the 12th round, as we're about to start lap number 6 of 50. And I'm going to get the fast lap. Jorge Recalde of Argentina. Recalde in 13th position, ahead of Graham Duxbury of South Africa, trying to chase John Nielsen of Denmark, who's trying to put the pressure on Ivan Capelli of Italy. We got a couple of cars that have fallen behind the pack, so they're going to be losing quite a bit of time. But Thorka Thyring and Cheever's battle for the lead is still truly on fire for sure. So we've got a few overtakes. J-Touring getting ahead of Sainz, Celsi getting ahead of Malcolm Stewart, John Jones trying to get ahead of Luis Perez Sala. As we're on to lap number 7. And we're going to get the fast lap of the race here. Does not look like it. Okay, quite a few. Okay, so where is Mansell and Berger? Mansell is 21st. Berger is down in 25th. So the championship leaders championship contenders are not really able to get themselves up the field. Neither is Ayrton Senna, who's not even in the top 27 position, so we can't even see him on the board. As we're on lap 7 of 50. Looking down, Nigel Mansell. In fact, Nigel Mansell's going to 19th, trying to get past Costas Loss of Greece now for 18th. In fact, he's just going to have done that. As we're on to lap number 8, Thyring and Cheever still battling for the lead. John Jones, Luis Perez Sala, Jose Celsi, Tereda, Sainz, Gabon, Matt Stewart, Nielsen, all in the top 10. Very much all watching on, within 1.3 seconds separating them. As we've got the drivers trying to make overtakes to try and get themselves up and down the field. Pascal Gabon getting ahead to Reida of Japan, who's in 7th now. As we go over to turn number 3, there's Aichira still right beside Thorka Thyring, while John Jones, Luis Perez Sala still in a tussle for 3rd. As we go into lap number 9 of 50. Trying to watch out for those championship contenders out there, but not really. Mansell's 18th, Berger is 25th still. But Berger's not really making any progress. He's probably struggling in the mid-20s. As we've got Alessandro Nini making his way to the top 23rd now. As we've got Cheever on the inside line. That's where he needs to be if he wants to try and get into the lead of the race. Cheever's on the outside line. John Jones on the trying to get on the outside to try and catch the Dean, but it does not look like it's going to work out for him. And Cheever on the outside line in the perfect spot to take the lead. Siring on the outside as we're on to lap 10 of 50 now, so we're about a fifth of the way there already. As Nigel Mansell's getting into 6th, he's got ahead of Graham Duxbury of South Africa. As we've got Gerber down to, he's just regained 25th, getting past the Nini of Italy. As we're 10 laps into this race, it's been quite a lot of drama here for sure. As we've got Cheever in the middle. John Jones trying to go the inside there, but he's had to back off, it looks like. So Cheever and Thyring still continuing to battle for the lead. Luis Perez Sala, John Jones still in a tussle for the final podium spot. Whoa, but it's a bit perilous there with the way they were swerving. As we're on to lap 11 of 50 now. Gerhard Berger meanwhile has made his way to the top. Boy, Rahal sets the fastest lap. Where is Rahal? Is Rahal even? Rahal is not even in the top 27, but Rahal is the fastest man on this track now. Good job from the American. So there's Luis Perez Sala. It's now 3 wide once again. Luis Perez Sala. Is he going to try and get past Cheever here? Oh, nearly banging wheels with him. It's quite perilous here, but Luis Perez Sala has managed to get it's been contact there. Oh, Luis Perez Sala's gone for a spin. Oh, that was always going to be a risk. That was always going to be a massive risk there, but he is able to keep it together. He is still able to keep going, but yeah, 3 wide there. The slightest bit of touch, and that sent Luis Perez Sala spearheading away. And that is good news for Thyring, because Thyring is able to capitalise and pull away. Now Malcolm Stewart is able to capitalize. He's into third all of a sudden for New Zealand. Oh wow, this grid just really shaking up because of that bold move from Louis Parasola. But can Thiring take advantage of it, or is the field going to close in on him? That's what I'm not too sure. But anyway, Terreda goes into 4th. Louis Parasola is in 6th. He's dropped to 6th. His teammates dropped to 9th. Which I imagine just be... Oh man, so quite the snowball effect had. Mansell's into 17th. Berger's 23rd. Senna is still not in the top 27, so we can't see him on the board. Which is not great for him or for Brazil, because Brazil is also battling with the Italy for the Nations competition. But as far as I'm concerned, none of the drivers are in the top 10, so as far as I'm concerned, they get no points. The next highest placed team is Spain in 4th with 76 points, so they're only 6 points behind Eli Brazil and Eli Brazil. So that means they are 16 points behind the UK. So essentially, Spain is going to capitalize on it where it stands at the moment. And Malcolm Stewart has made his way to 2nd. He's got ahead of a Cheever now. John Jones 4th, Terreda 5th. Lombardi is up to 6th for Switzerland. Louis Parasola 7th. Celsi 8th, 9th besides, and Pascal Gabon runs to the top 10 for Belgium, ahead of John Nielsen of Denmark. And Nigel Mansell's made his way to 15th. He's just got past Pierre Chauvet of Austria. Berger just getting past Hanna Mikola of Finland for 22nd. Well, it looks like Thorken Thiring is actually pulling away from the field. He's actually been able to capitalize on Louis Parasola's mistake. So that's handy for the Dane, because the drivers have just slipped through each other trying to get positions of each other, just not able to do much about it. But it's still Stewart 2nd, Cheever in 3rd, and now Terreda getting past John Jones for 4th for Japan. No, 5th, no, sorry, 5th for Japan, sorry. Oh, no, it's 4th, no, John Jones, okay, never mind. John Jones is going to make it 3 wide. Looks like that's what he's trying to do, trying to make a daring move that Louis Parasola tried to do there. So he approach everyone, apart from whoever's at the back of the field. Pretty much all bunching together, apart from Thiring as well leading the race. Thiring starts lap number 16 with 45.0. What's everyone's time behind? 45.4. 4/10 slower than the leader. So Thiring is pretty much running away with this race at the moment. But we're only 16 laps in, anything can happen. Thiring's actually not in fact, we've got the back marker, it's not too far away. Aaron says finally made his way to the top 27, so we can see Sarah on the board now. He's right behind George Foshi of South Africa. But will he stay in the top 27? Well, he's got past Foshi, but Foshi's snapped back, it looks like. So we've got Terreda, George behind, John Jones in 4th. What John Jones going to be able to do here? Will he be able to do much? Don't know. But anyway, we're on to lap number 17. With Thorken Thiring not too far behind whoever is the back of the field, might end up lapping him pretty soon. And Nigel Mansell meanwhile is at the 12th, so he's nearing the points position. He just needs to gain one more position, that's him in the points for the United Kingdom. Gerhard Berger meanwhile in 20th, really struggling to keep up with Nigel Mansell, but Cottas lost, there he is for Greece. See if he can try and get himself past the Brits. We've got 3 wide here going to the final corner. Okay, they're all going to make it through safely, thankfully, but oh wow, that's quite perilous. It's quite a bold move for sure. This car slides, so try to get past Terreda for 5th. Where is Louis Parasola gone? Wow, Louis Parasola's okay, so something's gone horribly wrong for him. He's dropped all the way down to 15, so I think either he's dropped back or he's made a mistake at some point. We just didn't see it. Carlos getting past Jose Celsi for Chile, who's sitting in 5th position. Sorry, closing in on the back marker as we're going up towards we're about to start lap number 19 of 50. Exactly 45 seconds is his time. Malcolm Stewart still second for New Zealand with his time 45.4, so 4/10 slower than Cyring's time. So, tricky further down the field. Carlos Sainz in 4th for the moment, so with Eugene Tereda and Chelsea battling for 5th now. There's John Nielsen 9th. Nigel Mansell in the points position now. So he's finding the points position, so a chance to get a point for himself and for his team to try and keep the United Kingdom ahead in the nations and keep himself ahead in the Drivers' Championship. But will he be able to do that? I'm not too sure. But we're on to lap number 20 of 50, so about 2/5 of the way into this race now. And so we've got all the drivers still all bunched up together. Aaron says still in the top 27 possessions, but not able to make much, not able to progress up the order, it looks like. Okay, Sorkin can just barely see the driver at the back throughout the field. But not close, he's not close enough to see who it is, so we don't know who's in last place yet. But going around turn number 3 and 4, Chiwa trying to get second back off the New Zealander, with Pierre Lombardi trying to get himself involved in the action somehow. As we're making our way to lap number 21 of 50 now. Okay, so Sorkin is closing in on that back marker pretty quickly. Garrett Burgess now makes his way to 17th. He's got past Tua Sullivan. Nigel Mansell at 9th. Well, maybe going to 8th. He's getting past John Nielsen. Now trying to get past Eugene Tereda for 7th. But might not be enough. And okay, there's Cyring on the back marker. Who is that? Oh, it's it's John Graham of Canada. So what? You think that Dutch's car is just really slow? I'm not really sure what the problem is for Graham, but that's not good news for him or for Canada. Well, it's also not good news for Cyring. He's caught behind the back marker because that's going to that might end up slowing him down quite a bit. Looking further in the field, 26, Mansell's up to 7th, Burgess 16th. Now, can Cyring get past him quickly, or is he going to be struggling? In fact, I think he's going to swiftly make his way past the Canadian. Yeah, get past him, no bother. And Nigel Mansell's up to 6th now. He's got ahead of Lombardi, so Nigel Mansell absolutely flying up the order. As they're on to lap 23 of 50 now, so we're nearly halfway to this race already. And here it says dropping down to 27. He's got passed by. Is that Louis Persalas? Wow, he's really tagged down the order. So I'm gonna have to assume Louis Persalas got probably his car because he's right towards the front. Now he's outside the top 25 positions. So yes, something's clearly gone horribly wrong for Louis Persala. Nigel Mansell, all of a sudden, as we see him in 4th, he's battling for second between Malcolm Stewart and Eddie Cheever himself. And Malcolm Stewart's going to hold it to 2nd for the time being, but oh wow, the tails of turn from Nigel Mansell really gains the British dominance in this race, trying to insert himself as the championship leader both for the drivers and the nations competition. As we're nearly halfway into this race, inside 26th at the moment, and I think Louis Persalas dropped out of the top 27 position. I think he may end up be falling off might end up falling behind the pack. Trying to see him on the screen. I can't really see his car, but I know it's well trained to the background. Sorkin is about to finish the first half of this race. He's still got the lapped car of John Graham right behind him, who will be getting the slipstream off him to try and keep up with them, which I don't think is going to help him too much because he'll have an awful lot of ground to make up to try and catch up to the rest of the field. Here's Sammy. Well, it goes into 24th, getting past Hannah McCall. It's got Martin Baran of Ireland ahead of him now. Carlos Sainz getting past Nigel Mansell for 4th. But Nigel Mansell snapping back and hanging on to that position. He's still trying to battle with Cheever and Stewart for 2nd. So it's his way to 24th now. Berger is 12th, so he's at the back end of the points now, so he's nearly the point position for himself and for Austria, which is exactly what he needs to try and keep his championship contention alive, especially when he's got Nigel Mansell in the points position, who could potentially try and pull away from him in the Drivers' Championship. Austria as a whole is in 5th place at the moment. They've got 54 points, so they're well off the Brits in the well behind the United Kingdom in the nations competition, but some decent points would help about trying to keep up with the top 4 teams that are ahead of them, being the United Kingdom, Brazil, Italy and Spain. Okay, lap 27.50. I guess the next question is going to be, when are they going to come into the pits? We see Rahul, the man who's the fastest man on the track. He's finally made his way to the top 27 positions. He's up to 25th, just got past Alessandro Nannini, but Nannini's snapped back, it looks like. We've got a couple of drivers falling behind the train, behind this massive train, which could end up getting of them dropping behind like John Green has. So we're on to lap 28. I'm going to assume they might come in the pits lap 30. We'll say 30, so between 33 and 35. That's my guess. It's going to be Sarko Siring. Still got the Canadian right behind him, trying to get a slipstream to try and keep up. And there is those battling away for the other podium spots. There's Nigel Mansell dropped down to 5th. We've got side 6th. There's Jose Celsi mixed in all this as well. Let's take a look at Siring, not petting at all. Oh, is he? No, it's not petting. Okay. That's great on the inside, like trying to get the inside, trying to unlap. I think he's trying to unlap himself, which I think is kind of funny in a way. But anyway, we're on to lap number 29. Eugene Therese drops to the back end of the points in 10th, with John Nielsen threatening to take him out of the top 10 entirely. Which is not good news for Japan, because Japan need the points to try and survive at the end of the next round, because at the end of the next round the 2 lowest placed teams will be eliminated, and right now that's Japan and Kenya. And Kenya have got has got neither their drivers in this race, so they're at risk of being eliminated at the end of the next round. Ayrton Senna was made his way up into 21st, Berger is 13th, Mansell is 4th. As we're on to lap 30 of 50. Okay, a second I thought someone was going to come in the pits there, but that's not to be the case. Let's keep an eye on the Japanese driver. Yaya 14th, and Tereda is now officially out of the points. He's dropped down to 11th. He's right behind John Nielsen of Denmark, whereas Pierre Chauvin in 12th for Austria, right behind him. Alongside Chauvin his teammate Garrett Berger. That's on to lap 31. Siring is stayed out. Now either these guys are going to stay out as well, unless someone makes a cheeky pit stop, which I don't think is going to happen. Nope, didn't think so. Sarko Siring is well ahead of the rest of the field. What's the gap between Siring and Malcolm Stewart? 12 seconds, oh my goodness. Okay, quite the big gap that's formed between Siring and Stewart. Siring's just flying away from the rest of the field, which is insane. And there's Eugene Tereda and John Nielsen battling for the back end of the points in 10th. Siring and John Groom continue battle each other to lap or unlap each other. And as the rest of the field is about to make their way through, they're all staying out, it looks like, for sure. Indeed it is. So I think it'll be the next lap is when the first drivers might come in. I think. Let's talk Siring leading the way by 12.5 seconds now, really pulling away from the rest of the field. As we come to turns 3 and 4, is he going to come in the pits? No, he's not. No, he's not. Not this lap. So I think maybe the next one. Maybe the next one. But here comes the rest of the field. Are they going to come in the pits in this lap? Nope, does not look like it at all. While staying out for at least a lap longer. So we've got Saab just dropping away from the field. There's Nigel Mansell and RaceSimStudio seem to be battling for 4th all of a sudden. Sorry, increases the gap between him and the rest of the field to about 13 seconds now, with Chiva now in 3rd, Mansell 4th, Celsius in the top 5. Garrett Berger! Okay, another way when that's happened, but he's in the points now, 6. Okay, they're staying out. But Berger has made his way to 5th. He's just got past RaceSimStudio of Chile. Okay, we're on to lap number 34. Anyone pinning this lap? This is when I think the first time drivers would come in. And no, it does not look like it's going to be the case here. Okay. But I did say 33 and 35, so I'm still thinking. So I think 34 and 35 is still on the table of them to come in. As Berger and Mansell are suddenly battling each other for 4th, and Berger is currently ahead of the Brit. So this is exactly what Berger needed to fight his way to the front and try and get ahead of Nigel Mansell, help to try and keep his drivers' championship contention alive. And Sorka Siring staying out for at least one more lap. So what about this lot of drivers here? Anyone coming in? I would imagine so. Okay, interestingly, no is the answer. Where is it? It says made its way to 18th. Okay, so Senna has finally made some progress, but is it too little too late? I mean, we've still got 16 laps of this race to go. So it's been lots of drama so far. Berger and Celsius battling for 4th, Nigel Mansell right behind them amongst all this. Which is due to Ray, the man who's done qualify so off in Japan. There he is slipping outside the top 50. He's no longer in the top 15 now. Oh, we've had a disaster! The race leader Siring's had a massive spin with John Graham. Okay, get a replay of that. Okay, this could change it. This might change everything. Oh man. Okay, this is okay. That was a disaster there for the Dane. Okay, John Graham driving to. Oh no, I think Cyrus trying the pits, but John Graham's in the way. Okay, but Cyrus in the pits. John Graham is there. Okay, and we've got some people coming in the pits. We've got someone coming in the pits, and that is a Cheever. And then we've got some people might get blocked by the stranded Canadian, but looks like most people are staying out. I can't. Where is Siring and all this? There is Siring in the pits. So a lot of the drivers are pulling, just going past them. Celsius in the lead of the race at the moment. I believe that is officially John Graham out of the race. Storkin Siring's going to come out of the pits. He's going to come out in 19th. Jose Celsius back and Stuart battling for the lead of the race. But oh man, where John Graham crashed has held up some quite a lot of drivers in the field. We've got people coming in the pits. Stuart's coming in the pits. Celsius staying out for another lap. Interestingly, so Malcolm Stewart's in. Anyone else here? No, looks like they're all going to stay out. So, okay, this could be it. This is interesting. Is anyone else coming in the pits here? Is it just going to be Malcolm Stewart? It looks like it might just be Malcolm Stewart's going to come in. So a lot of drivers are going to stay out for at least another lap. Okay, Malcolm Stewart straight out. Where's Siring? 20th. I think Siring's going to end up getting past Stewart, so he's going to be ahead of him. Yes, he is. Stewart's going to come out in 21st. Garrett Barrett's down the lead of the race. I'm sure a lot of the field's going to start pitting now. Okay, some people aren't. Oh, well, these guys are still staying out. Oh, one person's going to come in. Is that... It's John Nielsen's coming in the pits for... No, it's not. It's Alan Prost is coming in. Alan Grice... Is that Alan Grice coming in? Is that Warwick? Salonen? I think it is. But let's watch out for Thorkins Thiring as he's going to come across the final corner. So he's going to get ahead of these drivers for sure. He's right next to Nelson Piquet. I'm pretty sure Piquet is not pitted. So Thiring's easily going to get ahead of them. But Berger and Celsius continue back for the lead of the race. So we've got a lot of people are in the pits now. Berger and Celsius might come in the pits. Science coming in the pits as well. Oh, hello, we've got an issue here. Oh, we've got a spinner. That's Ricciardi. Okay, that's definitely Ricciardi. Let's go for spinners. And that's that's John Nielsen. John Nielsen did who? John Nielsen. Okay, so Nielsen spun. Okay, what happened to where is? No, I can't find Ricciardi on the board. I can't find him or Nielsen on the board. Okay, there we go. Try and find Ricciardi. So there's signs in the... Okay, signs of Mansell. Something's actually going on here. So Ricciardi... I think... Okay, so it's definitely a tangle between Ricciardi and Nielsen. Oh, Nielsen just went... Oh, swerved into Ricciardi. Okay, so it's definitely Nielsen's fault there. But Thorkins Thiring and Piquet battling away, so Piquet should get to pit this lap. Is Ricciardi moving or is Ricciardi... Ricciardi's not moving. Someone's in trouble there as well. So Piquet's going to be pitting. And Ricciardi's definitely out of the race. He's got... Okay, someone's blocked there. Oh, it's a Cheever that's blocked. Okay, so that's screwed Cheever over. So Thiring takes the lead. Malcolm Stewart's going to be second. Who's going to be third? Okay, so Ricciardi's out of the race. Is anyone else retired? Well, someone's broken down the track. I'm not sure it is. I'm not sure. Okay, so Cheever's on the move now. Louis Perez's out of the race. Okay. And Nelson Piquet's going to be third amongst all of it. Okay, so wow, lots of stuff happening. So we now got the Nini, Rahal and Salonen have crashed. Okay. Let's try and... Okay. Check the Nini, see what happens here. I'm also struggling to keep up with all this. Okay, so there's the Nini. So this when disaster started to happen. But boy Rahal there, nudges the back of Graham Duxbury. Was he hit by someone? Oh, he's stuck because of Rahal. Rahal's caught the I think Rahal's trying to turn around, but he's just caught. I think he's just trying to turn around. But he snagged the Nini, and then Saladin's just gone. Okay, so that was a very weird thing he did there. So the Nini's out. I think Rahal is also out. Saladin's on the move. Oh jeez. Okay, that's a lot to unfold there. But at the end of the day, we're on lap 40. Thiring's leading. Stewart is second. Piquet third. Fourth is Cheever. Ari Lundek, I don't know where he's come from. He's in fifth. Alan Grice sixth for Australia. Gerhard Berger seventh. Eighth is Nigel Mansell. Costas lost ninth for Greece. Pierre Lombardi rounding off your top 10. And the other championship is 22nd. And Ayrton Senna is one lap down. Okay, so Senna is a lap behind. Did not think that's going to happen. In fact, only the top 11 are on the lead lap. Everyone behind is at least one lap down of the leader. Okay, well, that's been quite a dramatic turn of events for sure. Fields completely spread out. Thiring's 2.26 ahead of Stewart. This would be an amazing result for New Zealand. Piquet third. Brazil needs a decent result. If they want to clinch the Nations competition. Remember, Nelson Piquet didn't even qualify for the race, but he didn't go into it because Mikael Eriksson was disqualified, and since Piquet was the next highest placed driver, he took the spot, though he had to start at the back of the field because he had the slowest time of everyone. There's PK touching wheels with Alio, and I think that is Tereda. But you know, it's not. Oh, it's not Tereda. It's Yama, the other one. Okay, but PK managing to keep it together safely, just about. And then we got. Oh wow, we got a lot of back markers ahead of them as well. So that's gonna slow PK down quite a bit. Ari Lundek in 5th, chasing Aichi for 4th. I can't believe Ari Lundek, out of absolutely nowhere, has found himself in the top 5 positions. And there he is, he could end up getting 4th off a Cheever. As he's got Alan Prost and John Nielsen to try and lap. Meanwhile, here's Senna. He's making up the position. He is a lap down, but he's making up some position. He's making his way to 19th. But the top 12, but the highest he can catch those that are a lap down is 12, because Stig Blomqvist is the highest placed driver to be a lap down. As we're on lap 43 of 50. Lots of drama for sure. I imagine it's going to be left in store for the end of the race. But what a race this has turned out to be! Very, very good race here. There's Thorke Thiring. He's lapping. Is that he's lapping? That's so he'll be 2 laps down, or is that Tereda? It's Tereda. Okay, so Tereda's going to be, I believe, 2 laps down. Tereda did so well qualifying, but this race has just absolutely collapsed on him. Which is bad news for Japan, because they're at risk of they're one of the 2 teams at risk of elimination at the end of the next round. Now Lundek in 4, it's 3 wide, all of them really close to each other. Always makes me anxious to see that. But Lundek is ahead of Achiever into 5th. Nigel Mansell's got ahead of Bargate in 6th. He's actually just passed Alan Grice, putting the Australian down to 7th. But Lundek fighting hard for 4th and helping the Netherlands out, because the Netherlands have really struggled this season up until Zandvoort, thanks to Jan Laur's good result of 6th place. So 4th place here for Daytona. That's going to be good. That's going to be really good for the Netherlands. Finally get some decent points to try and maybe bounce back going to the second half of the season, because the first half it's really not gone well for the Netherlands. It's been nowhere near as good as I imagined it was going to be. I thought they were going to do well, but it's just not materialised for them. Malcolm Stewart's dropping the pace of Thari, so he's over 5 seconds behind, but he's still in 2nd for New Zealand. New Zealand could end up getting their first podium of the season, thanks to Malcolm Stewart. And meanwhile, Alan Grice has just got past Nigel Mansell for 6th. Australia currently at risk of elimination at the end of the 12th round, so any points through Alan Grice would be amazing. And there's Gareth Berger in 8th, who just needs to try and beat Nigel Mansell and try and close in on him in the Drivers' Championship and help Austria out in the Nations competition. But Austria have got a lot of work to do if they want to try and catch the top 4 teams in the Nations competition. There's Nelson Piquet is 3 wide, and he's on the outside line, which could be good or bad, I'm not too sure. But Thorke Thiring, the race leader, about to start lap number 47, so we got 4 laps of this race left. And he's still in a tussle with Eugene Tereda, who's 35th. That's Nigel Mansell trying to get past, trying to stay ahead of Alan Grice, but Alan Grice is having none of it for sure. Costas lost in 9th, a bit of a battle with, who is that? Jose Celsi! Oh, I forgot about Jose Celsi. Dropped to 31st, so Chile needs Chile at risk of elimination in the 12th round. And yeah, I'm guessing something must have happened to pit stops for Jose Celsi to go from top 5 all the way down to being outside the top 30. I don't understand what on earth has happened there. Oh man, so really lots of really surprises, both good and bad, in this race for sure. Let's roll to lap number 48. Nigel Mansell in 6th, ahead of Alan Grice now. As Gareth Berger's not able to trying to find a gap to get past either of them, but just not able to do that, especially because the Canadian back marker that's approaching between them. And there's Iron Ludwig still battling with Shiva for 4th, but Shiva's got back pass. In fact, he's got a bit of a gap thanks to him in the back markers to try to ensure that he's going to get 4th for the United States. Thork is firing about to start the penultimate lap of this race here at Daytona. The man who's definitely going to take the win for himself and for Denmark. Denmark, who are 8th in this championship in the nation's competition. Thork is firing, who's kind of started the season, who is 34th for the season. He's only got 3 points, 2 for qualified second in this race, and the other one being 1 point for the first round of the season. So this is going to be an incredible result for him and for Denmark. Gerhard Berger has managed to slip past Mansell and Grice for 6th, but Mansell and Grice are well and truly still in a good position to try to get that spot off of them. As Thork is firing, it's now starting the final lap of this race here. Malcolm Stewart 2nd for New Zealand, Nelson Piquet 3rd for Brazil. Got all sorts of back markers ahead and behind him, with Ed Cheever 4th. And Ari Lundek running off the top 5 as well as Nigel Mansell slipped past Gerhard Berger. Thork is firing, has got half of a lap to go to take the race win here at Daytona. He's trying to lap Ivan Capelli as in 11th, but I don't think he's going to have enough of the track left to be able to pull it off, so Capelli might finish the lead lap. But it's going to be Thorkin Thiring of Denmark that's going to take the race win here at the 1988 Formulalympic race at Daytona. What a win for Thiring. Malcolm Stewart is going to take 2nd for New Zealand, an amazing result for them. Nelson Piquet looks like he's going to take the final podium spot for Brazil in 3rd. What an amazing result for him and for Brazil. This is exactly what Piquet needed. A good result. Be a lap ahead of his teammate as well. And then it's Eddie Cheever that's going to take, looks like he's going to take 4th for Lundek. Yeah, it's going to be 4th for Cheever, 5th for Lundek. Gerhard Berger looks like he's going to beat out Mansell for 6th. Just about. As we're just going to wait for everyone else to make their way across the finish line. And there we go. Thorkin Thiring, your race winner by 7.3 seconds over Malcolm Stewart. Nelson Piquet 3rd, Eddie Cheever 4th, Ari Lundek 5th, Nigel Mansell 6th. Oh, Nigel Mansell beat Gerhard Berger 1/1000th of a second. Oh my goodness, it could not get any closer than that. What a result that is. Alan Grice, an amazing result for Australia to be 8th. Costas Loss takes 9th for Greece. Pierre Lombard gets the final point for Switzerland in 10th. Ivan Capelli finishes in 11th, a 1 lap down. Stig Blomqvist takes 12th. Martin Brand 13th, Theo Salon 14th, Pierre Shaw 15th. There's McCullough, Joe Mass, Larry Perkins, Derek Warwick 19th. Ayrton Senna 1 lap down in 20th. Jan Lance 21st, Apostle 22nd, Fauci 23rd, Paulson 24th, Philippe Street 25th, John Nielsen managed to finish 26th after that crash, Graham Duxbury 27th, Alan Prost 28th, John Jones 29th, Pascal Bond 30th. Celsi, a disastrous result for him in 31st. Colin Stein also a disastrous result 32nd. Ben Berschneider 2 laps down. Jan Yama is 34th. And the final finisher is Eugene Tereda, man qualified 4th. And finishes towards the back. He's 3 laps down. And then the non-finishers, Ricaldi, Rahul, Nannini, Perisella and John Graham. Oh man, what a race that was. So with those results out of the way, it is now time to check the championship stats and see where everything stacks up before we go over to the 10th round, where at the end of that round we'll see the 2 teams who will be eliminated. So a lot of the drivers at the top of the leaderboard, with the exception of Nelson Piquet, had a pretty difficult race. Nigel Mansell does hold on to the lead by over 10 points over the suspended Michele Alboreto. Gerhard Berger does hold on to 3rd, with Nelson Piquet going up into 4th, tying with his teammate Ayrton Senna, with Countback going in his favour. It is his second best result 3rd, compared to Ayrton Senna's 4th. Dropping down to the F2 division, we see Mikael Eriksson, despite not being in the F2 division anymore, is still the championship leader. Al Unser, meanwhile, is the second after a really difficult main race, with John Windsor getting a really good session out there to win the main race and get himself into the top 3 spots. And last but not least, the Nations Championship. The United Kingdom lead the way by only 3 points ahead of Brazil. Italy having a really bad session is only getting 11th place, slipping down to 3rd in the nation's competition. Spain having a really difficult session with Luis Perez, Salas, DNF putting them in 4th with the best result of 32nd thanks to Carlos Sainz. Denmark's win puts them in the top 5 ahead of Austria by 2 points. On the other side of the scale, there's only one round left before the next 2 teams are eliminated. Currently, that's Kenya and Japan, the 24th, 23rd, the only 2 teams left in this championship that have 0 points. So, what are my final thoughts after all that? Well, it was a very, very dominant race for Thorkis Syring right from the off. Like, got off to an amazing start, took the lead, and it just had an impressive gap opened up right at the start of the race. And so Thorkis Syring and for Denmark getting their first ever Formulalympic win, they'll be absolutely delighted with a result like that. On the other side of the scale, Eugene Tereda had a really good debut in qualifying, but in the actual race it just went all horribly wrong. To be the only driver to finish the race more than 2 laps down. So he clearly had he was involved in a huge incident, yes, but I did not expect Eugene Tereda to be falling that far down the order and to be that far behind. So, good debut qualifying, but in the race it just went horribly wrong there. Can he still salvage Japan's chances at survival? Because right now they're one of 2 teams that are in danger of being eliminated at the end of the next round. Japan would be wise to keep Eugene Tereda in one of their seats and try and use Eugene Tereda to get them out of the bottom 2 spots to survive for at least another 2 rounds. Can they pull this off? We'll see you there for the round 10 to see Japan's fate, Kenya's fate, and anyone else that's at risk of elimination.